So, came upon this article, and quite frankly, yeah, folks, like we don't have enough already to deal with. I mean, seriously. Now we got this from Yahoo News. Plastic found in mussels from Arctic to China enters human food chain. What? This article goes on to say that out of Oslo, it says tiny bits of plastic are contaminating mussels from the European Arctic to China in a sign of the global spread of ocean pollution that can end up on people's dinner plate. Gives a whole new meaning now. You are what you eat, right? Mussels in apparently pristine Arctic waters had most plastic of any tested along the Norwegian coast, according to a study this month by the Norwegian Institute for Water Research. Plastics may be getting swept north by the ocean currents and winds from Europe and America, ending up swirling around the Arctic Ocean. NIVA researchers Amy Lusher tells Reuters. Microplastics have been found in mussels everywhere since science have looked. Are you kidding me? Let's just stop a second here and reflect on what this finding is saying. So, I guess that's going to have to lead us to this. What's causing this? Well, it's known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And folks, when we talk about a garbage pile, patch my butt. Folks, this is not just a little patch. We have done it. We, mankind, has totally polluted our world. So what is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Well, quite frankly, it sits what we thought was just in the Pacific region. Now we're finding these so-called garbage patches in virtually every ocean and now into the seas. So it's about twice the size of the state of Texas. This is a biomass primarily of plastics. That's what it is. And the thing that they have found about plastics is that they don't break down. I mean, no matter how much they seem to dissolve, they don't break down. The fluorocarbons stay. So this is an animation of how they're now finding all the contaminants, plastics, folks. This is, let's just get real honest with all of us. This are petrochemicals. That's what plastic is made out of. And look at what it's now doing. We see the dispersion. And when you start getting these biomasses into the oceans themselves, we got problems here, folks, right here on planet Earth. Look at this. It says it is estimated that 80% of the plastic originates from land, either floating in rivers or blown by the wind and pulled into the ocean. 20%, by estimation, of the plastic comes from platforms and ships. I don't know about you, but I smell a rat in that. And it almost makes me think that they should be reversed. And look at this. It's only increasing. In 1997, the patch was known to be 9 feet deep. Right? Not no more. Bigger than the state of Texas. And so this is where they have found, just in the Pacific Ocean, not one, Not two, but they are growing. We got the Big Kahuna right out here, just to the north of Hawaii, right? And you can see what happens once this debris gets caught into this particular current. It has a tendency to stay and accumulate. But now we're finding another one. Now they think that this one could be from the tsunami. But look it up here. Now we're finding the contaminants starting to get into the main streams of the ocean flows, of the currents. So here's just some of the nice stuff, and it's stuff. The plastic floatism collects in the first 10 meters of the water column. All right, so let's all get our conversion math. So a meter, basically it's a yard and 3 inches. So if we've got 10 meters, that means we have 30 feet. So we're probably looking at a depth of nearly 35 feet. That's 3.5 stories, folks. And look at what's all here. I mean, this slide alone will keep you busy. But remember, if you're eating, let's say, Charlie tuna of the sea, well, you're eating the oil that's coming out of the ground for you and me. Yeah. And if you like shrimp, you like crab, yeah, well, you like mussels like I do, and there's nothing better to get them in a garlic butter sauce. Oh, I'll tell you what, talk about just a side of ecstasy. Don't eat them no more. Don't trust it no more. And I find it interesting, just a little side note. When I was growing up, New Zealand was not where it is today, but I digress. So let's continue. So this gives you a much better idea of what's happening here. So you've got this floatism, twice the size of the state of Texas, building out here, getting deeper. Now, folks, this begins to affect also temperature of the water. Remember, El Nino, La Nina. Pacific Ocean warm, Pacific Ocean cold. Folks, if you're starting now to wear these plastics, actually absorb the heat, the sun, the radiation, we got ourselves a mess. And you can see how this is growing. We got one here, we got one here, and once they get to the fringe and it pulls it up into it, you can see how it's all connected. This is what it looks like. Twice the size of Texas. Yeah. Now, these are the more recent identification zones of new biomasses. They're in all the oceans. So when we talk about this, this becomes a problem. It's not going away. It is increasingly going to become exponentially more impacting on the environment. This is not good news for planet Earth.